Hey guys, how you doing? Let's start into it. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Dum-dum-dum-dum. I'm trying to see what can we do here. Oh man, Shevitz. I want to take Queen takes, but Queen would take at that point. We would have zilch to nothing. What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing here? Excuse me. Uh, 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 uh. Trying to see, is there any way to cut the queen out? Let's see if you guys put in anything. Ah, I'm trying to figure out how can we win. How do we win on this one? Because there's g6 that could be played, pawn g6, but then he's got check on either f, more likely f4. thinking g6, and eventually it's going to run out of checks. So, thinking g6 might be the move. I really don't see any problem with g6. What? King e8, but let's see, g7. Let's see, bishop f5, f4 check, knight knight e5, and then queen g7, which attacks the knight and the rook. So let's give her a go. Let's see, rook e4. If pawn takes e4, nope, we can't do that because the queen would take ours when we move there. So okay. Let's see, knight a5. If queen takes d2, knight c6 check. The king would go to e7, e8, and then knight g7 is mate. So knight d3 check. If rook d1 takes d3, then we have bishop a3 check, and king moves over. Queen checks would be tempting. Actually, queen checks is the move, because then when he comes up, we can actually come over, yeah. Let's see here. Queen d5 pins the rook to the king. When knight goes to g7, rook takes knight, queen takes rook, and then queen takes e6, and we pick up a whole piece. Let me see. Queen takes e4, rook takes e4. do one more, and then we'll watch a game on LHS.org. Ay, ay, ay. Rook d5 is an interesting move. Then when the queen moves, we got check. I like rook d5. Oh, drat. Ah. Should have grabbed that. Snap. One more time. E6. Pawn takes e6, king takes e6. Alright. Because it's going to end up a draw. Shoo. So I'm tired, getting a little tired. Just give me a second. There we go. Let's hold on. is what's our opponent planning? Excuse me. So he's trying to expand on the queen side. Of course you gotta see the idea. Whoop. To provoke that. But then he's gonna have to retreat back. Or I could just retreat here and then after. So let's say here, right? Let's say here, there, takes, and then takes, and we've cleared this out. Some pretty good attack. Ooh, so he's doing the bishop move. Okay. So what's his idea? What's his idea? Let's see. What's he planning? What's he planning? We're gonna double the rooks. I mean, get the rooks involved. Huh. Huh. I think he's going to try to reroute his knight to g6. Then he can get some attack going. He also could potentially play g6, knight f4, and then threaten. Yeah, he could be threatening this. And then if takes here, you take there. He does have a shutdown move there. White's got a pretty good lockdown, let's just say. But Black's also got a pretty good lockdown too. So it's like they're one's defending really good, and the other is attacking really good. So it's equal. This would be an interesting idea. I don't know if it's sound though. It'd be fun to play, but I think it'd be just a little too crazy after there. So I don't know if it's a sound position that we want to go over. Oh, so retreating back. Okay. It's kind of like he doesn't know what to do here. They don't know what to do. It's getting the rooks involved, but remember, you need to better place your piece, and that's, if you want to think about it, that's what our opponent's doing. So Black's basically going to let his opponent implode his own position, because it's actually black that has a lot of play in this position. So he did plant that. Interesting. But now this actually comes with threat, because the knight now is, if we take the knight's under attack. This puts the tickler on the opponent here. It's gonna have to play knight to e6, and then it can reroute into d4, which attacks the queen. So knight e6, d4, because there's really no more threat of an attack that our opponent can do. This is what I'm saying. If he needs to play here, and then in here, and this, then he has a really good, it's not an outpost, but it does cause a lot of panic in the position. And even if you just wanted to keep it here, you could potentially prepare pushing here, and then you get maybe this involved. Boy, this is kind of, this move here is a headache for black. White's king surprisingly is pretty safe at the moment. He might try rook g8 maybe, but that's too slow. He could try g4, just jam the pawn up there. Pawn takes g4. Oh, so he's playing the safe route. Not a bad idea. It's a little slow though. He'll play knight takes knight because if he does, yeah. Boy, this is getting intense now. Now the threat is g4. Ouch. Baby, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt big time, this move here. Bang. Bang right there. Ouch. G4 is the crusher. The bone cruncher. If he finds G4, that's that. Oh, he took. Whoa. G4 still is playable here though. It's a playable move. Surprisingly, it looks like no, it's not playable, but it actually is. This move is playable. G4, because if pawn takes G4, bishop takes, and if queen takes, then you have a knight attack. But ooh, interesting. So that's not a bad move. Not a bad move. Well, now you have potential bishop e6 to d5. So now you could play. Oh, oh wow. Okay. So bishop takes. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, black's up one whole pawn, so he's doing the old trade down. You trade down to victory. Wow, now white's in a pickle. White's lost, surprisingly. His only move is So he wants to play there. He could try taking here, allow taking here. That allows this to take. Then you come back and take there. And if the king comes here, then you just push. That works too. I did see that. And if he moves his rook, oh, nice. Now he can reroute in there. Yeah, he should have to play knight here. And then potentially, I'll have to get his bishop involved. Yeah. Now he has to potentially somehow get his pawns rolling. There's king. Good move there. The knight's shut down. Yeah. Beautiful move. Now bishop takes, pawn takes. Ooh, I don't. Oh. I didn't like that move one bit. That in my opinion, that was a mistake. Right here, this move, or wherever he was. Well, we'll go over it. Yeah, he's got him. Congrats. Beating a 110-point person ahead of you. Congrats on that. Congratulations. That's a tough fight. Yeah, that was a really good one. Yeah, like I think when he played there, yeah, this was a blunder here. He missed. This actually is the best move. This holds the position for white. And there's no way really to make any progress because the knight's just going to jump around the board. Yeah. About the opening mistakes. Well, I was just looking at his endgame. The endgame mistake is he doesn't know how to handle his bishop and knight. He should have grabbed a pawn when he had an opportunity over here. This pawn, and it would have been a. I believe it would have ended in a draw, but this move lost it for our opponent. Yeah, he again. Yeah, that wow. Yeah, yeah. This right here, I was like, oh man, it's all over now. This is a full out draw. When I saw that, I was like, oh man, he missed. He missed a draw. Um, why White missed a draw by just grabbing that pawn right there. It would have ended up becoming a draw. Sorry, I should have said great job for black winning. I thought it was the other way around. I was wrong. And this is a draw. But he again played back there, which wasn't. That was a mistake. And this move right here was a mistake. This move actually puts the question to actually taking and taking. Now, where is the knight going to move to? Because all of the knight's moves are taken. That's taken. That's taken. That's taken. That's taken. That's taken. That's taken. Only move is there. And then now what you can do is potentially reroute your bishop, and you can start getting some infiltration with if bishop here, you can move your king. Wait, yeah, because then he doesn't have that. He does have that. No, he doesn't have that either. So if he plays here, you can actually move your king up, huh? Interesting. Oh, that makes sense why he's doing that. He wants to come down. He wants to come down here and attack this knight. And he also is defending. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. So there. This actually holds the position together. It's odd, but this move's holding. You first play there, and you play here. You lock that down. He comes over here. Surprisingly, this is a draw. It doesn't matter. It's a full out draw. The only way to not have it be a draw is something like this. But still, there's no infiltration points. So it's a flat out draw. It all kind of came down to this take right here. If he would have taken here, it would have been a flat out draw. Even though the computer says a negative 3.4, it still would have been a draw. There's no real way for white to make any progress. See? It's funny, there's no way for black to make any progress. It all came down to one take. This takes here on e3. I know I'm repeating it like a couple times, but you see how vital one move in the end game is, that it could turn from a loss to a draw in a second. And white would have been down a whole pawn, but because of the mistake of taking here, it allowed that, and now he's lost. He's totally lost. And that move just shut down the game. Yeah, that move's better. Isn't that interesting? The computer said this move's better, but this move's actually much better because it goes along with the principles of endgame. If he plays here, you can actually just play d2, which is, this is totally winning. The funny thing is, this right here again is a computer's blindness. You don't take the pawn. There's no reason to take the pawn. Just play king to e7 or king e2, and this is winning by 72 pawns. Now you can take, and nope, you don't want to just grab here, because if you, I believe if you take here, I still think it's 75. Oh, it's mate in 13 in that line. Okay, mate 18, mate 19, mate 10. But I find it very interesting that the computer wanted this and it would have been a 16, but a human looking at it understood Jeremy Silman's endgame principle of opposition, and by playing king to e3, the black would have outplayed on the computer. h4, and again, if we would have taken, it would have been 25.6 pawns, which would have been not good. That's the computer move. The human move, knight d2, again following the principles of attacking the base pawn, moved up 50 points, like 49, not 99. So basically 50. I'll just say 50 points. So let's round up. The human move made a 50 point move increase. Then the computer move, which is would have only been 25.6. So it's all about timing. Yeah, you said you wanted to look at the opening. Let's take a looky. I don't really think there's any opening problems that the opponent played. So I think the opponent was really a good. Both sides played good except for the end. They need. If I was to critique their play, I would say for white to beef up on their end game, and black needs to also beef up on their end game too. Well, our opponent might not, white may not have an understanding, so, and white may have only been able to see out to this move here and not seeing the computer line. But yeah, so that at least we know now that you need to be careful how you play, and I'll keep this one as our page that we can go over. I'll pop on a game that you guys can watch, a blitz one, a 1 minute one, and I'll be right back. Okay, we'll finish this run up, and then we'll get to our some more puzzles. Alright. We'll just do a stream. Okay, let's get back into it. Alrighty then. 1 check. So e5, d takes e5, e takes, sorry, e5, d takes e5, d takes e5, king takes e5. Ooh, I'm liking this. Queen takes g6 check. Takes. Oh, if we do that, it's a draw. Let's see, a3, king takes a3, king takes c6, or c3. The bishop has to come here to stop it, and then what we do is we take here, and we can actually push our pawn onward. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This looks tempting, but it allows this here, and then you're in an okay position, but bishop is actually on check too. Bishop checks the idea too, but a3 wins on the spot because it takes, king takes, bishop f7 is forced, b2, and if bishop here, then that's losing to takes. So we can actually you come up here to guard that, and then king c2, queen b3 check, king c1. That's why I'm saying that this move here, we take here, and then queen b, this guards here, but f4, and we're good to go for, and there is no way to stop the mate, because we take, and if he comes, queen a6, and it's mate. Surprisingly, that's beautiful. I love it. That was just plain old beautiful. Okay. Well, we're double attacked, so... This actually wins on the spot. It takes... takes c6, pawn takes d6, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's see, rook h6, king moves, g6, pawn push, push, rook takes, there, queen. Let's see here. So if we come over and check here, let's say it moves up, we go g6, 1, 1. If he takes, we queen. And then he comes here, he's one move shy, and we could pick up with check his pawn. Okay, I missed that. Because it's on the same diagonal file. Okay. Whenever he moves, we can then cut it off. Okay. Let's see, bishop d2. takes, queen takes. Actually, knight attacks the queen here might not be a bad idea. See it there. Push. Takes. Oh man, this is a oh boy. Queen a4 is an interesting idea. Yeah. Or maybe queen b3. take scope on that pawn. Then rook could actually take this. Wow. Let's see, queen checks on A, king D1 or D2, bishop C3, or B4, pawn push to block, and then queen takes as mate. So let's do it to it. Boom. Oh, actually, sorry, bishop takes, pawn takes, and then bishop takes. This is mate. Yeah. So queen takes H3. So if we did check here, then we have rook here, and we almost got him. Rook G2. takes, so we got it. Takes there, and then knight comes in. Let's see, rook check, and the king moves. Knight e4. Let's see here. push. Oh, knight comes there and we pick up. One more. Knight takes pawn. Pawn takes knight. Queen check. If here, bishop takes. Knight takes. Queen h5 is interesting. I'm trying to see if I can't make knight takes e6, pawn f takes e6, queen h6 check. G5. Knight takes, if pawn takes, then we can actually check. If we go f5, there we go. Okay, do you guys have any questions on that puzzle? Actually, one sec, we'll do the Scotch game. This is the next line of the Scotch. G3 is another line. D5 was played to undermine the pawn structure. Then what we do is we play bishop G2 because we want to get our bishop fianchettoed and then castle king-sided. And we don't really have to at this moment take because we just develop and then we castle. This pawn's not going anywhere. So he takes. and then knight takes wham. Now we're attacking the queen, so queen g, castles, and bishop e6 with an equal position. Do you guys have any questions on the G3 line? I'll give you guys a minute to think about it. Before I log off. That's good. Give you one more minute just in case you guys have anything. Because sometimes it takes a second to, I know there's sometimes a lag, so that's why I gave you like 2 minutes, because you never know if there might be a pretty long lag. I like the Scotch game because it's really fun. It's a fun, if your opponent doesn't play it correctly, you can actually pick up a piece. So, okay, I'll take that as no. Well, guys, I wanted to thank you for logging on and putting in your time with Chess Cruncher. Puzzles, they're something that you have to slow down, solve, and fix. If you notice that when we slow down, not to like snail. I'm not saying slow like no, just focus and look at the board and make sure your moves that you're playing actually do something. Like sometimes what I mean by that is sometimes the moves that we play really don't have a direction, and it causes us to make inaccurate, miscalculated moves. So even if you have to at a critical point in the game, your over the board game or online game, just take a couple minutes. Make sure the calculation that you're calculating is correct, because sometimes we may have missed something. And like I was studying Grandmaster Simon Williams' Killer French. If an opponent, it looks like there's a pawn being hung or a piece being hung, make sure before you take that you have checked it. Check it that it's not a poison piece, and then it leads to a loss of like a queen or a king. In some lines of the Winier, it may look like your opponent is giving up the c3 pawn, but in reality, your opponent isn't. You can easily get snared and get your queen trapped by taking that. So just in a lot of different openings, you can get in trouble. So just be very careful with that. And like what Bruce Lee said, there are no limits. There are plateaus, and we must go beyond the plateaus, because you can't stay in your comfort zone. There's a lot there. You can, I guess, but then you won't experience the beauty of chess, that you won't be branching out into a different field, into like a new land in a story or a new chapter. If you ever get like kind of dull or dry with chess, what you should do is look at a new opening, or find a player that really interests you and go over that player's game and learn from that player. And just, you know, just look at games and have fun. And like the chess databases, go over it, see the tactics, have a good time, because that the Lord has given us a mind to think and to reason. And so what we have to do is use it for Him foremost. And that's the main goal in our chess studies, should be to use this for Him, our mind. We have to also know that you need to apply what you know, and you have to take your willingness and actually do something with it. That's why I always talk about leaving behind something for the next generation is crucial. So if you ever have like a chess diary or something, and you have somebody that you care about or something, you can take that and bundle it and make it maybe into a book. And even if you only get 4 or 5 copies of it, from a publishing house, just like one of the publishing houses, you can keep it, and then later on you can give it to whoever you wanted to, and then you pass on your chess knowledge, like my teacher passed on to me. And thanks to the Lord that I have the ability of the internet and recording, that I can talk to you, my chess friends, and share what my teacher taught me, the love and beauty of chess. And that's the whole thing. Ministry, like ministry in chess, is to share the love of the Lord and share the love of chess. So just, just keep that in mind when you have those down times. My teacher also told me that if you have a problem and you start feeling down in the dumps and you plateau, he told me to turn around or grab a game prior, like maybe a year or so or 2 years back, and then compare it to and play it out, and you'll be kind of giggling at all of the mistakes that you made, and you'd be like, I can't believe I didn't see that. Oh, that's funny, and then you'll be like, see, I could see that now. And he says that builds hope and helps you to keep pushing onward and forward. So if you ever need encouragement and you have games like in your database online, unless you may have been playing for maybe 5 to 7 years, go back to some of the older games that you played and see how far you have come, my chess friends. And trust me, it'll catapult you to greater and wonderful things, because you'll be like, I can do it. I can keep pushing forward. Remember, coal under pressure becomes a diamond, and a sword that is sharpened is very vital. So if you want to take a diamond as our eyes, we need to be focused, laser-like focus on the chessboard. In our mind, if it's like a sword, we need to hone it and get it sharp in tactics, so that when we sit down at that board, we will know how to handle our sword, which is our tactical mind. So just remember to do that. And you know what? As always, what do? We hang up our coat, we hang up our hat, and we sit down and study. When most won't, we do, and that makes all the difference. Trust me, it truly does. When you study yourself to be approved on the chessboard, trust me, when you sit down at the board and you do it, oh, it's so fun then, because you'll know where you're going. Okay, as Wesley so says, through the Lord Jesus, and as I say, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, and Lord willing, I'll be back on tomorrow, and we'll go over another Scotch line. Of course, on move 5, the c5 line for black, bishop c5, and we'll just see how the lines go and have a good time. So remember, chess is fun. Okay, be blessed. Go Team Chess Cruncher. Hoorah! We're doing it. We're rising above it. Rise above it. Great job. 2 thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Lord be with you. Bye bye.